Good morning. This morning we have the pleasure to have with us Mario Derba, who is Vice President at Citrix and responsible for the Western European market. Mario Derba, good morning.
Bonjour.
So you've been working for Citrix for about 6 months, a little bit more. If we look at what you've done before, you've been working with large companies, IT companies, Oracle, Microsoft, IBM. What was appealing to you, Citrix? What was interesting in that company?
Yeah, well, I think two things mainly. One is that I find Citrix a very much, say, customer-centric company and customer-friendly company, say more than others. And of course, every company has its pros and cons, but definitely this is one of Citrix characteristics. And the model that we are pursuing, which is an end-user-centric model, putting the end user at the center of whatever we do and the future of work, is also giving me a lot of energy and excitement in joining Citrix.
Okay, definitely. So would you say more customer-friendly than Oracle?
In general.
Oh, in general. Okay. You came to Citrix for different reasons, but one of them was to boost the cloud, and we're going to talk about that. You at Citrix, not to present the company because our readers know Citrix very well, but you're doing a lot of different things. You're doing Workspace or Workplace, and depend the way you were mentioning. You're doing EMM, Enterprise Mobile Management Suite software. You're doing content collaboration. You're doing virtualization. You're doing ADC. Application load balancing. What's the link between all these technology and activities?
It's back to the point I was sharing at the beginning. So we are changing, say, the way we are presenting ourselves by putting together all these pieces of the value proposition. And so we are, our mission is to be the partner for our customers in designing their smart working environments, which is their digital workplace. That's why we have defined an architecture which is called digital workspace, which is containing all of our products and solutions harmonized together and integrated together in a way that our customers could use our technologies and reduce costs because they don't need to integrate all these different layers and obtain faster results. So we are moving exactly in that direction. We are not only or not anymore just a virtualization company as we were perceived by the market. We are much more than that.
So in a way you are proposing a platform for the digital workplace, exactly. Is that it? Right. And would you say the cloud is a mean or either it's helping you to do that, or do you think you would have done that without the cloud?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the cloud is not an accident, of course. So we can.
It's an enabler of what you're doing.
Now we are enabling our customers to, say, transform themselves with this digital transformation idea. So we are allowing them to leverage the cloud, to leverage the new digital technologies, to leverage their new business processes, because if they are really transforming themselves digitally, they will have new business processes, new business models, and they need to use things and do different things. They will have a completely different organization, they will have different people empowered, and all of this is, say, made possible by our technologies.
Okay, so as I said, you came to Citrix for different reasons, but one of them was to boost the cloud activity. Well, first, is any solution from Citrix available on the cloud? That's a simple question. What's the reason?
100%.
100%. Yeah. If we look at the revenue of Citrix, I took a look at the last quarter, and then you see subscription is about 15% of the overall activity. So is it fair to say that cloud represents 15% of your revenue? And what goal do you have in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, the goals have been outlined to the financial community back in May, and we have two ambitious goals. One is for 2020, the other is for 2022. And we will not be a 100% cloud company, not even in 2022. We are progressing there. We are going to maintain the two strategies, so the on-premise and the cloud one. I don't think it would be fair to say that it's representing only 15% of our, say, activities today, the cloud, because, you know, the subscription revenues are monthly revenues compared to one-off revenues, which are coming from the perpetual licenses sales. So it's hard from a balance sheet perspective to judge, because it's a stream compared to one-offs.
That's true.
But again, it's a ramping up trend. We are there. It's very successful at the moment. We have very good adoption by our customers. We are not a cloud service provider as much as it is Amazon or Microsoft or Google. We are a cloud service provider in the sense that we provide services which are cloud-based. And they are very well adopted and very well perceived by our customers.
Because you're responsible for the Western European market, which means different countries, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and maybe others. Do you see any big differences in this different market in terms of adopting the cloud? And when you talk to the colleague who are responsible for the other, you know, European market, Nordic and some Western Europe, I mean Central Europe, and do you see any difference as well?
So in general, of course, some Anglo-Saxon countries are earlier adopters compared to other countries in Europe. You would be surprised to hear that at the beginning of this year, 2018, we were running a survey for our largest customers, IT managers, and for Germany, UK, France, and other large countries. And the surprise was that the IT managers who were most prepared to go to the cloud were the French ones. 50% of them said that they had a detailed cloud roadmap aligned with the business needs, and more than 50% of their applications were already migrated to the cloud. So France is a ready market. In terms of results, probably lagging a little behind compared to others, but definitely ready to go. So
it's like the hockey stick.
Right.
Let's talk about the recent partnership, and you signed with two major companies, which you're a partner for a long time, Microsoft and HPE. Let's talk about the HPE first. This has to do with, on your side, to what you talk about, digital workplace with Workspace, and the hyper-convergence offering in HPE. Yes. So what do you do together with these two pieces together?
Well, it's one of the many alliances we have in the marketplace, and it's not only with HP, because we have also with other players, and it's about integrating, say, our proposition with their own products and ensuring that our customers can have a seamless experience with the hyper-convergent infrastructure, as you mentioned. But HP is one of the many examples we have. Different story for Microsoft.
Okay, so just to continue a little bit on HPE, so this is going to be an on-premise offering, or it's going to be both?
It's going to be both.
It could be both.
Yes.
Okay, and it depends which agreement HPE has with okay.
With their own customers.
With Microsoft, you've been a partner for almost day one, and I'm not going to tell the story of the company, but it goes back to the development of the OS and everything. But today you're still continuing with Microsoft, and you at the this week we had the MS experience in Paris, but we have Ignite 2018 pretty recently, and you signed an agreement with them related to what you call the cloud service provider. Could you tell a little bit more about that?
Yes, absolutely. Well, then, first of all, let me quote their CEO, because he said that Microsoft and Citrix can work better together thanks to this alliance. So each one is complementing the other in a way that we can provide a better solution and a better experience for our customers. And definitely you're right, it's a kind of a native alliance for us, as much as our cloud services are running natively on Azure. So it's a nice combination which is delivering fruitful results for our customers. As an example, customers which are Microsoft Office 365 could leverage specific technologies and protocols we have jointly implemented to obtain better response times for their services with our SD-WAN solutions. And similarly, we are tightly integrated in our cloud services. Not only with Microsoft, we are working also with Amazon and Google, of course, but definitely natively with Amazon, with Microsoft.
So it means like, for example, I am a 365 customer and I can access to the services directly on Azure from Digital Workspace.
Correct.
Is that
yeah.
so?
And faster if you also use and leverage our SD-WAN solutions.
So mainly, what kind of functionalities you are offering on Digital Workspace?
Well, our typical proposition, which is to ensure that our end users, that's why I was talking about the end user-centered computing at the beginning, our end users, the customers and users can access from any device, any information, any application in a secure way. It's as simple as that and as complicated as that. Because, of course, our customers have the right to leverage their information systems portfolio and of course, their data in a secure way from anywhere. Because the new generations, especially the millennials, are going to work anywhere. So the world of work is not anymore in a building, it's going to be distributed, and you need secure access and you need fast technologies in a way that you can support this new way of working.
So do you have the same partnership with Google on their cloud and with
it's not the same.
Amazon?
Yes, so our services could run on
all three of them.
Cloud.
IBM Cloud too?
IBM Cloud too,
okay.
Yes. The difference there is that we are, of course, working together. So natively means at the engineering level. That's why our SD-WAN solution has been conceived with a specific protocol which is allowing faster communications between Office 365 and the customer's locations. And so there is a kind of a competitive advantage when it comes to putting together Citrix and Microsoft. Our solutions, of course, work fine also under different cloud providers.
Because this is a fairly recent announcement, do you have a customer already in the US for that product? Because we are on the cloud, so we can, we can think almost in a click we can have the new services. So can you mention some?
Yes, in reality, these kind of alliances are not the beginning of a journey,
but the end.
Almost the end.
Right.
So we have worked together since day one, as you said, on these new things, and the SD-WAN is just an example. We started working many months ago on the digital workspace. We worked together, so they were aware of what we were doing, and our solutions were already running on Azure. So it's just announcing and making visible to the market that with clarity that we are working better together. But the engineering has been there working behind the scenes for many months.
So I could go to Office 365 through Workspace and the other way around. I mean, it doesn't matter. And it means that both companies...
The portal, if you want to call it this way, the secure way to access the applications and the data is the digital workspace. So it's not really the other way around. So the idea is that any device should be made available to our customers. They should pick whatever they prefer. And from there, they should have their, say, common, friendly environment wherever they are same environment, and from there they could access all of their legacy applications. And
so I am a 365 customer, and I'm accessing to Workspace. I'm paying, how am I paying? Both companies or just Microsoft, and then they give you a little bit of...
From a contractual perspective, you could pay only Citrix, for example, and we could sell Microsoft 365. In principle, yes. Then, of course, Microsoft is present in the marketplace, so most of the time they are already there. So we are just partnering to make this a better customer experience.
Okay.
But
so
we could do that.
Could you mention some names yet or not yet?
Not really, but we have several customers also in Europe. You mentioned
in France too?
In France, almost.
Almost, okay.
We have customers who are using, of course, Citrix and Microsoft, but not in this kind of new experience as we were commenting. We have many in Europe, of course, many more in the US. And there is a nice wave coming. We are partnering with Microsoft. We are together at the event you mentioned these days in Paris. We were meeting with them yesterday morning. And so it's a strong alliance. Okay,
well, I think we've done a pretty detailed overview of Citrix. Mario Derba, thank you very much.
Thank you.